job ain't finished. The job ain't finished. Make sure you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
That's right, Blitzers. We are back at the bar. Just hopefully we're better than we were about 14 hours ago. Fresh off of that Chiefs victory. Just an amazing game yesterday. So we see a lot of you got in here early. Sorry that we're a little bit late. But to my right, left, however you're watching us, is the producer extraordinaire, Mr. Hense Todd. Hensley. How you feel? Did you sleep last night?
Well, I didn't sleep that well. I've been up, getting stuff ready for this show. Putting stuff in the chat. I went back and watched all the interviews so I can have like little topics, prepared for the show. And also I seen, our guy that was in here, but he disappeared very quick. I think somebody removed him.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Mr. 13 Seconds was looking for a little TLC, but not getting it here. 13 seconds, evidently. You better look elsewhere. So once again, we are three guys in a bar today. It's just going to be myself, Hensley, and of course the coach that'll be here, lending his unique perspective on the games. So.
Let's get right into it. Let's hear from
what are we doing? Let's get sponsors. Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's talk about our sponsor, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can walk you through the process of buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes. He helped my wife, Emily, and I find our dream house. It was a long process. There were a lot of ups and downs, but he and his team were absolutely incredible, and they got the deal done. They got the deal done because he was there every step of the way. He took every text message. He took every phone call. He told us not to worry, and in the end, he delivered, and that's what you want for the best real estate experience. So give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Next up, my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for someone who could help you navigate through the waters of the health insurance world, there's nobody better who understands it than my wife. Listen, if you want a government option or a private option, if you're looking for a plan for yourself or a self-employed group or a small business family, whatever it might be, you need to understand what you're eligible for and the best plan available, and you want to find someone who understands the marketplace in the private sector. So for a free quote today, give her a call at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Next up, the guys at Resell Electronics. Roll tape.
Emily.
Save big on the hottest electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With 2 convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence. Stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics is your one-stop shop for all of your consumer electronic needs. Hey, if you've got some old stuff lying around the house, they'll give you cash. And if you want to buy the latest technology, you want to get old games, you want to get phones, TVs, tablets, whatever it is, they're your number one source. They've got 2 great locations in Independence, both on Noland Road at 1214A South Noland Road and down on 40 Highway Noland Road inside the flea market. So if you want a great deal, this is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. Check out their website today. That's resell with a C, electronics.com.
Resell.
And now our newest sponsor, the one that we're very proud to have as part of the Chiefs Blitz family. That is the guys over at Underdog Fantasy. You can play the pick'em game. I do it every single day. Pick your favorite NFL stars, including Patrick Mahomes and Jackson, and Burrows, Jefferson, Bosa. It doesn't matter who it is. Hey, Josh Allen as well. You can play the NFL, you can play other sports, and you get a chance to win up to 1,000 times your entry fee. Plus, it's available in 33 states. Deposit now and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash to join the millions of fans who've won billions on Underdog Fantasy. Got to check it out. Hey, when you go into the website, make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. Right here, you can see how easy it is to navigate through the process of making your favorite play of the day. And you can do multiple teams. You can do multiple players. It is the best fantasy game out there. I play it every single day. Make sure you check out underdog.com and use the Chiefs Blitz code to make sure you're registered with the Chiefs Blitzers. All right, let's talk.
Woo.
Let's go, Underdog.
Welcome in, everybody. Back, you have Lou. Well, on this side, Lou. Then you have Coach Dre at the bottom of the screen. We want to thank everybody again for joining in the chat. We got to have a heck of a show lined up for you, Gay. We have the 6-pack, and we have a lot of updates that's happening, and also we have the main segment as well. You see, you heard Nick say he plays the game every day. He played it so much that he's, played himself probably in rehab somewhere.
Yeah, a little under the weather. Yeah, so
a little under weather. You know what I mean? But prayers out for Nick. But getting back and back into this, you can play now in Missouri and play them to get $5. Play $5 to get $50. And prizes using code Chiefs Blitz. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the link.
So there's no football. There's no football for a couple of weeks, but there's plenty of action on Underdog Fantasy and every other sport, whether it's golf. I think you can do golf, Formula One, NBA basketball, college basketball. So plenty of action there. Again, don't forget to use the promo code Chiefs Blitz and get $50 bonus cash when you play $5.
Hey, don't forget, don't pick Saquon Barkley either.
Yeah, because he's not playing for a few weeks. Yeah,
and don't pick him just in general. Hint. Don't do that now. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna pick him on this one.
Dude's a machine. Okay, dude is a machine. Among other things, we'll find out in the 6-pack there, Coach.
Absolutely.
I know you're the
refresher.
King of the segue there. He's leading us right into that 6-pack there, Hense.
So let's before we get into that, let's get right into what Bobby, Patrick Mahomes trainer had to say.
Stroop, yes, Bobby Stroop. Evidently, we've got Adam Schefter there. I think he tagged him here. I don't think Adam said this, but Bobby's like, hey, how about that non-offensive PI call on the Bills? Well, he's not exactly referencing one in particular. Maybe in the moment we could remember. I don't know. There's a lot of hand fighting that goes on. You're playing man-to-man defense. You'd rather see the refs kind of not call everything because then it just becomes a flag fest. But you're going to have varying opinions on different plays, and they try to do their best with those calls. And sometimes people get a little in their feelings about it. But Bobby's right there. Yeah, I'm sure there was a couple times that there was an arm bar. I think T Cuffs caught one in the chest right before Mac Hollins made that catch, but they threw the flag, but it was going to be on 22 anyway. So great throw. We've always said it. You hear it all the time. There's no defense for the perfect throw. So I'm not going to fault. T-Cuffs was in position there. Just wasn't quite big enough, and the ball was just perfectly placed.
It was a beautiful ball placement.
Yeah, and Hollins made a great catch. Yeah, so kudos to him. Make a good play and line up, and we'll try it again next time.
Even Deion Sanders got beat sometimes. Hey, here's what it is. It is what it is, man.
Yeah. But the two guys that Mango was happy for. His dad probably in the chat as well. Nico, and also and Worthy is coming out to draft. Let's look at this moment between these guys. They going to their first Super Bowl together. Worthy going to his rookie year, you getting it done, and hey, we can't be more proud of these two guys. Brett Beach know what he's doing out there. He's getting the job done. He's drafting these guys. He's finding them on free undrafted and everything and getting the job done.
Well, yeah, I mean, Xavier obviously was going to be a first rounder all day. It was a little bit of a surprise. The Chiefs traded up to go get him, but obviously they liked him very much. I guess the bigger story, and especially on this show, is Nico and finally getting his chance. First thing I said to my daughter on that punt return is there is a basement in London, England right now where the paint is ripping off the walls because Mango's losing his mind.
Man.
You know?
Indeed he is.
But Nico, I mean, it wasn't just this game. You know, the last few games, you just like it that he has, as a returner, very decisive. He'll make his move, he hits it, and then just goes. And that's what you got to do. You can't. I mean, you're not going to see a bunch of guys that like dance around a lot and really make big plays. This is the NFL. You find your gap. Sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. But when you do, and you can get upfield and have some speed, that's what happens. 40 yards later, you know, we're in position for another touchdown drive.
I hear you, Ken. I hear nobody talking about that damn game. That game was a wash to get my guys out the playoffs, but that's a different topic. But go ahead, Lou. What you were stating, man.
That was it. Just
that was it.
And being that undrafted guy. I mean, the Chiefs have been notorious for that, you know, over the years, and many teams have as well. But they seem to find like 2 or 3 guys a year that are UDFAs that you know, make the team. And he sat on the practice squad. He was coming off an injury last year, didn't play in any games this year and well into the season before he was able to kind of make it up on the 53 and then be an active player. Took an injury there to McColl, but he's making the most of his opportunity. This is what you do as an undrafted free agent. When you do get that opportunity, make them know your name and don't let them forget your name.
Make them know your name, man. Okay, I got you.
I think that's what he's doing, and it looked like the moment is not too big for the kid, man.
Yeah.
Sky Moore's back there. He fumbled, some kickoffs. Nico Hartman, when he was back there, he fumbles a kickoff. But this kid is looking like, hey, this is my time. I'm coming to take a grown man's job. When they give me the chance, I'm not getting off this roster spot. You elevated me. You were not taking it back from me. And this is what I'm going to do and come out here and ball out.
Fortunately for him, the one that he dropped was about 60 yards downfield after he caught it. And the Chiefs still recovered it with Samaje Perine in that game. But there's nothing not to like about him. I don't know, what his value is moving forward as a receiver, but he certainly has a space to be the, full-time kick returner on this team.
Yeah. I agree, St. Clair. He do look very, very, very confident real quick, guys. He said, Nico look confident, man. And I seen that last night, man. I say he do look confident. He took one back with damn from the end zone, didn't he? He wanted it. I say he's confident now.
It was at the Bills had just scored. It was right at the end of the half. There was 23 seconds. He was like, you know what? We're probably just going to take a knee. Let's go. He was about 8 or 9 yards deep.
Man,
still got it out to about the 23, 24 yard line. But
he just a perfect fit for them, man. At special teams. No disrespect to Hartman, man, but I like Nico. I like Nico back there.
Yeah, especially with the different rules and the kickoff team being closer to you. It's almost like you want to have more of his build, almost built like a running back.
Exactly.
With some contact balance, you bust through that line of scrimmage, where the guys line up now on the kickoff, and just, then he's got the speed to go as well. So yeah, he's I think he'll have a shot to be on, permanently as the kick returner going into next year.
Man, Kathy says it's a setup game. Chiefs always set it up in the regular season because you don't know what the Chiefs going to do in the postseason. It's always a setup, man. So
yeah,
I get Kathy. You're right.
And
Kathy,
regarding Xavier, his confidence, you can see, has just grown throughout. As he's got. And it was, again, we saw it last year with Rashee Rice. I mean, at a certain point, these guys finally figure out kind of what the role is in the offense, where they're supposed to be, where kind of carve out a niche for themselves. And then it's just the speed all of a sudden goes straight up because now they're not thinking as much. He's more aggressive, fighting for the ball in the air. We've seen that on a couple of couple of plays now in the playoffs. The speed is definitely there. You see the acceleration. It's next level. So it's nice to see him kind of, again, taking that next step. And he's just going to continue to get better.
Dame thinking about driving down to New Orleans, man. I said, hey, man, to me, the best seat is at home when you can see the officiating, the coaches on the sideline. You can really see in depth when you're at home in those seats, man. But again,
what you mean by officiating, sir?
Man, it's a whole different subject, man. We talking about Nico.
DeMecchio, go for it. Forget the debate is over. If you have the opportunity, get in the car and go.
That's right.
You see what it say right there. All of the talking is over, Dre. So y'all
it's never over.
All the talking is over.
I just let everybody get their feel. I let everybody get their feel, man.
Put us all on mute and just look at our faces.
Exactly.
So, I'll let 13 seconds back in here. You better stop playing.
He's not getting back in here. He's probably gonna glaze you, so the Chiefs probably gonna glaze you.
So with that said, let's get right into the 6-pack. What you have for us, Mr.
Here we go, gang. It's that time of the week. It is Monday and the weekend 6-pack. The hair of the dog that bit you last night. We got 6 of them for you here. Look at that beautiful 4 Guys in a Bar beer. It is now trademarked. Look at that fine logo. We got rid of that plain pizza, full on cheeseburgers, fully garnished, fully condimented, if that's a word, and actually, I think approved by Big Red. I'm not sure, but unofficially, these are the cheeseburgers of Big Red. And of course, now we have a sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Let's go. All right, so let's get right into it. We'll go with the first game. We're going to be fair and balanced. We're going to give each game, they're 3 points.
Okay.
And the first one, of course, and I've been saying it for a few weeks now, Saquon is a witch. He just has taken that Philadelphia offense to, I guess, what they expected it to be when they drew it up initially. Now, Kellen Moore didn't exactly embrace it at first, but once he did, this thing has just turned into a juggernaut. Saquon now has set a record for most scrimmage yard TDs, 60-plus yard from scrimmage TDs, whether receiving, rushing, his are all rushing, 7. No one else is that. Like Jerry Rice had there are a bunch of name who's who with big. He's done that. He's like 40 yards away now from having the most rushing yards for an entire season, not just regular season, but if you combine it with the postseason, he will pass Eric Dickerson. Yesterday, if they would have needed him to run for 200, he would have got it. 15 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he just set the tone. First play that they had from offense in the game, 60 yards, couple of moves, a spin, and then he's gone. And this is the NFL. I mean, these are rare plays, and it's almost he's making it so commonplace that you're expecting it. So, when I talk about Spags later, we'll see how that goes in a couple of weeks and how what his plan is going to be for that. But Saquon's a witch.
I think we need to look into his surgeon. What did he do to his kneecaps? We need to look into the surgeon and see what did he put in his kneecap. Is it robotic legs or what? We don't know.
I'm just Space Jam juice. He drank that Space Jam juice.
And how bad are the New York Giants that he couldn't lift those guys up a little higher?
Their offensive line sucks.
This is amazing because he is an Eastern PA kid, went to Penn State. If you haven't heard it enough from me, I'm Western Pennsylvania, more like north of Pittsburgh, but
West PM.
It's like 2 different states. It's like that end and our end. It is different, but the bottom line is everybody's Penn State guy. So anyway, Saquon's a witch. Mark it down. You heard it here first. Gotcha. All right, second one. They've been giving this guy grief all year, and all they did was win games. Then it was they weren't winning the proper way. Sound familiar? Jalen Hurts. All he does is win football games, but he's not doing enough throwing the ball. He's got these great wide receivers and they're not getting him. Well, guess what? If you're running the ball for like 200, 300 yards a game, you don't have to throw the ball. But yesterday, mixing it up a little bit, he's out there pitching it around the yard. He threw for over 240 yards. He ran for 3, threw for 1. So again, you can't please everybody. We deal with it, in our little neck of the woods because it doesn't look like it used to, or it's not exciting. Well, damn it. Did you watch yesterday's game? Was that exciting enough for you folks? But Jalen Hurts, for a guy that takes so much crap and just kind of, cool under pressure, just lets it roll off his back. And here they are going to another Super Bowl.
You gotta give him credit. You gotta give Hurts credit because I was the one banging and going upside his head about him throwing the ball, not being a decent receiver, but he's decent. He's decent enough. Like he fit what the Eagles want to do, right? And also he's a runner too. Like he's a solid guy though. But again, he's one of the quarterbacks know exactly what it takes to win. So it is what it is. They here. They made it.
Yeah, they made it, and looking at that, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what you do for him. Like, if you take away Saquon Barkley, then that's when he goes into a shell. So I don't
know because that offensive line, man.
A lot of fans are saying, man. That's why fans was upset. Because if you take away Saquon, that's when he was going in the shell. Then he couldn't find a wide receiver.
Yeah, man. I think
I don't know
second running back came back there to look good too, man. He was looking good.
Gainwell's a nice little player. I think I mentioned it. I think he's a free agent. That's your Jet McKinnon replacement. I mean, if they can get a hold of that kid for not so much money, I think he'd be a great addition in the red and white. But no, I think again, it's just it's like the style stuff or whatever. They win. Somebody had the breakout. They they had 700 rushes from scrimmage this year and a little over 500 passes, which in this day and age of the NFL is almost unheard of, that you're actually running the ball more. But they create so many explosive plays in their running game. Patrick even said it yesterday. If I come around the edge and I can throw it to a couple of guys, but if there's a bunch of free yards in front of me, I don't have to throw it, just run, just go get the yards. So again, it's a stylistic thing, whatever. If you're winning, I think that should be okay. So that leads me to the other guy there that constantly gets a lot of heat. He brings a lot of it on himself, right? Coach Sirianni.
I don't like it.
He coaches like he's coaching like an elementary school soccer team or something. and he's just in like fans' faces, his own fans' faces, the other team, the mean mug. They caught him on the sideline a few times during the first Super Bowl run. Like, dude, but that's him. That he's just a passionate guy.
That's who he is.
And this doesn't happen by accident. You can say what you want. He's not very well spoken in front of, at the press conferences. Maybe he's not articulates everything that he's really thinking, but they play fairly error-free football. They run it down your throat. They know who they are. And here he is in the last 3 years, his second Super Bowl. And I don't know. I mean, how many coaches, how many teams would take that over whoever they have right now?
I think Ruben called him a clown, man. Ruben called him a clown. Yeah, I mean,
but he's certainly a flavor. I mean, right? He's an acquired taste.
It's acquired taste, but listen, that's his style coaching, and it got him here. Like Andy's humble. He's cool. He eat cheeseburgers. They call him Big Red. No, this guy's loud. This guy's loud, obnoxious, don't care. But they are coaching. The players love him. The players love him.
He should be a WWE manager, right? Do they still have managers for the wrestlers?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they do. They do.
Those used to be some of the real superstars when I used to watch. But also just the fact that he is one of the coaches, and I'm sure a lot of coaches preach it, but they certainly coach it as well. Yeah. Fangio is a big part of it, but again, the turnovers they forced those 4 turnovers against Washington yesterday. I mean, those were punch outs. It wasn't like Jaden Daniels was throwing him a bunch of lollipops.
Hey, Pete,
those were those were huge plays, and they scored touchdowns after every one of them. They got 28 points off of turnovers.
Hey, peep game though.
I know you said something earlier that you know what teams want them trade their place with having him as a coach and getting to the Super Bowl. You got the Cardinals, the Bills, and the Bengals. All the teams that Drake likes. They would love to have that opportunity right now to be in the Super Bowl. They would love to have that opportunity.
Hense has got his poker out and jabbing it right into Coach's ribs.
Hey, but Coach is authentic. So here's the thing: we got 3 rookies, right? We got Quinton Mitchell, we got the Cooper DeJean, and we got Worthy. 3 rookies. They first year going to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah,
ain't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, you look at Howie Roseman and the big thing, and one of the things that they talk about is the O-line, D-line. And that's where kind of the drafts pretty much, if you look at their offensive line, defensive line, they develop some players, right? The rugby player, Jordan Mailata, they develop him into arguably the best left tackle in football.
Yeah.
The other guys they drafted, all along the offensive line with first round, second round, third round.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the defensive line, Jalen Carter, all these Georgia Bulldogs are really starting to make plays now. N'Kobe Dean's hurt, but he was the green dot on defense. Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter is my son's favorite player. He's been balling, though. That dude's a beast.
That is a big dude.
Chris Jones on mini Chris Jones, boy. Like, I love it.
Somehow Sirianni's got to be doing something, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like he's doing something right from what he portraying for us. Remember, it's all entertainment. He's portraying with the crowd and the media is different from in the locker room. He's doing something right, and them players love him. The players love him. So, hey, I commend. Hey, you doing your thing. You got them boys rocking.
The unsung hero, Big Dom DeSandro, who is head of security, wearing a headset. I don't know what's going on there, but he is in the middle of the action, man. Yesterday, he was right there on the sideline, taking care of the Slim Reaper after it looked like maybe there was a late hit. But Big Dom DeSandro. Gotta shout out the Paisan, right?
That's right.
Let's go. All right. So the second game happened. I don't know if you guys watched, but
I didn't watch none of it. What happened?
Chiefs and the Bills played the second game yesterday. And this guy, Patrick Mahomes, the Grim Reaper. I don't know if he's taken for granted because he's only competing against his previous otherworldly deeds. And when he doesn't outdo those, it's like, it's just Mahomes. He's really not having that great of a year. No mention for MVP, no mention for All Pro. I mean, all these different things. And I think Hense had the picture of who was it? The guy that walked in, number 13. My name escapes me now. Matt Collins. Matt Collins walks in with the Sesame Street, whatever. That's a little poke at the whole Kermit the Frog thing or whatever. And I think Patrick tweeted out after the game, Kermit sipping a little tea, right?
Yeah. I tell you, watch everything. Man. This kid watch everything.
So maybe there's still a little bit of a chip there, but no, I mean, the fact that, it's like playoff Patrick, I'm going to, this little wrinkle that we'll throw in, they ran the same variation of one play 3 different times. And every time he either scored or got the first down on fourth down. I mean, it's just uncanny. And just the fact that they throw that wrinkle in and he's willing to just kind of take off with the ball. That one down on the goal line where they kind of had sort of a wishbone thing going on and Travis was the lead blocker. That was a straight run. It wasn't going anywhere. He tucked it immediately and he took off.
Immediately.
Right. So, I mean, just everything he did, just so on point. And you're like, well, where was this during the regular season? It's like how we're making some explosive plays and it's like, what? So anyway, it's just, I have to, I try not to go overboard because there's another person on this show that will go overboard.
That will extremely go overboard.
I'm not pointing any fingers. I will never do that, Hensley. But but I did want to shout him out because just he does whatever it takes to win, and he does it very well, better than anyone I've ever seen. So there you have it. And then secondly, Big Red, another one that just gets taken for granted. Now, I think the 101 awards, he was the AFC Coach of the Year, I believe. So we got some recognition there. He's up for the at NFL honors for Coach of the Year. But we talked a little bit about it before the game, not right before the game, the shows leading up to the game, where we were expecting to see some wrinkles. And one of them was, the called quarterback runs. But that first drive where they were like, Hollywood happened to be the guy. It could have been D-Hop, whatever, but it was like, okay, we're just going to hit him with something a little bit different, maybe something that they haven't seen on film yet. Nothing special. I mean, they were just basically quick slants off an RPO, but they hit him for like 2 or 3 in a row. And it was like, oh my God, what's going on? And so I think they really caught him off guard on that first drive, and the execution was so high. But just as far as Big Red goes, that might be one of the better game plan, and then just the play calling, the sequence of it, and how crisp it was for almost the entire game. There was a little lull there in the third quarter where they just weren't quite on point, but pretty much the rest of the game was just dead on. And just so kudos to Big Red for the game plan, and of course the sequencing of plays.
Exactly. It was the RPOs off the rip was fantastic. I said, damn, they found some. I said they didn't found some. But Hollywood Brown was getting off, man. I kind of figured he was getting off, thanks to Pick'em. That's right. He got off, man. Looked good, but then they stopped throwing him the ball, man. I'm like, dang, well, that's the Chiefs offense, it just goes off of what.
Well, that's it, because then then Juju makes an appearance, and then maybe they got one to D-Hop, Worthy.
And the crazy part is Kelsey wasn't even a factor in the first half for real. And
in terms of receiving, but in some of the in the run game, I thought he was pretty prominent. And then just the most obvious one was the one on Patrick's touchdown, where he just kind of laid the guy out. I mean, it looked like Patrick might score anyway, but I mean, he almost went untouched. So that was pretty good on his part.
It's huge because they didn't really. I thought they was going to use Kelsey a whole lot more, and they didn't, and it shocked me. But Juju came out of nowhere, man. I was like, damn, forgot about Juju. That's how good the Chiefs team is. Their offense is, because anybody can have a good game with this offense.
The part that, the one that just really hits you is that no matter who it was, when they were called upon to make a play, they made the play.
Exactly.
It wasn't like, they were forcing it in any one direction. You mentioned Juju. P. Ryan on the, just kind of the ultimate first down to win the game. Pops on a reception. When is Pops like featured as a receiver? It's normally a check down, but the first down right before that would look like that was going to be the game-winning first down, but they called him for going out of bounds. But again, it just so on point, and everybody was ready. Hey, Justin Watson doesn't catch a pass the whole game, but then on the 2-point play, there he is in the back of the end zone. Johnny on the spot, Patrick, perfect pass. So everybody had a piece, and even though maybe they weren't involved for the whole game, when their number was called, they made their play. So kudos there to everybody.
Exactly.
Last one, of course, is we got to go to the other Paisan. Let's go. Look at this guy. Look at this handsome guy. Are you kidding me? The most prolific defensive coordinator, the most successful defensive coordinator pretty much in league history in terms of winning playoff games. I think he's 20-4. Got a bunch of rings. Just can't say enough about Spags. His plan, the short yardage stuff was just mind-blowing, because typically you see Josh Allen in those situations and they normally just go shotgun and Josh just goes full bore. Now, they didn't always stop him, but they made it damn tough. And down on the goal line, the 2-point plays, it was, again, the defense played really well and he dialed some stuff up. But again, on the ultimate play of the game, 4th and 5, he brings a pressure that he didn't use the whole game. Cuffs comes off the edge. They come from the left side, hopefully to flush Josh out the other way. But Josh, to his credit, he was able to stay on his right hand and get the ball off. But just can't say enough about Spags. I don't know. I mean, you can go on and on with all the accolades, but just the fact that he has those guys playing together as a unit. It's not the best unit, but situationally, when they need to make a play, more often than not, they do. And in that case, again, there was just something he had kind of held for the rest of the game. And brought it at the right time. So
he just spot on key downs. Spags is spot on key downs, man.
Yes, sir. So there you have it, folks. There's a 6-pack for this weekend, championship weekend. On to the Eagles in New Orleans in a couple of weeks. God, those burgers look good.
I'm done.
Just in case you missed it at the top, this feature brought to you by Underdog Fantasy.
Let's go Chiefs Blitz. So let's get right to our sponsors before we go right into the main segment of the show, because there's a lot that's locked up there. So with that said, let's hear from our guy Nick.
Let's talk about our sponsor, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can walk you through the process of buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes. He helped my wife, Emily, and I find our dream house. It was a long process. There were a lot of ups and downs, but he and his team were absolutely incredible, and they got the deal done. They got the deal done because he was there every step of the way. He took every text message. He took every phone call. He told us not to worry, and in the end, he delivered, and that's what you want for the best real estate experience. So give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Chief Who?
Next up, my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for someone who could help you navigate through the waters of the health insurance world, there's nobody better who understands it than my wife. Listen, if you want a government option or a private option, if you're looking for a plan for yourself or a self-employed group or a small business family, whatever it might be, you need to understand what you're eligible for and the best plan available, and you want to find someone who understands the marketplace in the private sector. So for a free quote today, give her a call at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Next up, the guys at Resell Electronics. Roll tape.
Emily.
Save big on the hottest electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With 2 convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence, stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics is your one-stop shop for all of your consumer electronic needs. Hey, if you've got some old stuff lying around the house, they'll give you cash. And if you want to buy the latest technology, you want to get old games, you want to get phones, TVs, tablets, whatever it is, they're your number one source. They've got 2 great locations in Independence, both on Noland Road at 1214A South Noland Road and down on 40 Highway Noland Road inside the flea market. So if you want a great deal, this is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. Check out their website today. That's resellwithac electronics.com.
Resell.
And now our newest sponsor, the one that we're very proud to have as part of the Chiefs Blitz family, that is the guys over at Underdog Fantasy. You can play the pick'em game. I do it every single day. Pick your favorite NFL stars, including Patrick Mahomes and Jackson, and Burrows, Jefferson, Bosa. It doesn't matter who it is. Hey, Josh Allen as well. You can play the NFL. You can play other sports. You get a chance to win up to 1,000 times your entry fee. Plus, it's available in 33 states. Deposit now and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash to join the millions of fans who've won billions on Underdog Fantasy. Got to check it out. Hey, when you go into the website, make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. Right here, you can see how easy it is to navigate through the process of making your favorite play of the day. And you can do multiple teams. You can do multiple players. It is the best fantasy game out there. I play it every single day. Make sure you check out underdog.com and use the Chiefs Blitz code to make sure you're registered with the Chiefs Blitzers.
Woo, woo.
That's right. Let's go, dogs.
So let's get right into the segment of the main segment of the show. How should we view Josh Allen right now? Even though he lost, AFC Championship, how should we view him? What we should think about him, Coach Dre?
The same, still the same competitor, still the same quarterback. Watching that game, he threw for over 200 some yards, thanks to Pick'em. So over 200 some yards, and I was like, dang, he played a flawless game. He played a flawless game, man. And I don't take nothing away from Josh Allen at all. I think, have my perspective on Josh Allen, how I view him, he's still the third best quarterback in the NFL. I got Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, and then Lamar. Not put Lamar. I'll take that back, guys. I put Lamar over Josh. Sorry, put Lamar over Josh. But ain't no different. Ain't no different. This loss ain't gonna deteriorate who he is. He's still a hell of a quarterback. So I still feel the same about Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean, all these games come down to a couple situations here or there. Now, I don't know that he played a flawless game. He did put it on the ground like 4 times. Now, they got them all back, but that was really kind of the narrative coming in, is that, well, not even narrative. I mean, it was the truth. They only turned the ball over 8 times all year. So they did a great job taking care of the ball. It was one of his better years. I thought he played one of his better games. I mean, even on the last play of the game, even he's being pressured. There's guys all over him, and he puts the ball on the money. Now, all I'm yelling is, it's a punt. Somebody get under it. A lot of red jerseys, but it got to Kincaid. He had to try. Now, what he catches that ball, they're in field goal range. Maybe the game goes overtime. Who knows? But my point in terms of Allen is that he is still takes Mahomes about as deep as you go for as many times. Now, he hasn't won one of them yet. I don't know if that's necessarily on him, because normally in all those games, he doesn't lose it. Mahomes wins it. Right? I mean, from a proactive perspective, it's not like, Josh chokes at the end.
Exactly.
I mean, he's the reason they're in those games and in a position to win. They just have run into just a superior team when it comes to situational football. So I don't know that it's really, changes the narrative on him. I think the only thing it changes is just, okay, we'll continue to find out how much resolve he has to keep coming back year after year and play at such a high level to just get into the playoffs and come to Arrowhead or whatever. The Chiefs go up there and they lose in the playoffs. That's just got to be the toughest thing. There's a lot of respect for that guy. I mean, it's pretty similar to Jim Kelly taking that team to 4 straight Super Bowls. Now, again, Josh hasn't gotten to a Super Bowl, but just the fact that they kept coming back year after year and were able to do it, that's insane. So I think Josh might have the same trajectory as Jim Kelly at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
What I think about Josh right now, I think he just can't get over the big, the hump. Even though Mahomes is there, you still got to have that the heart to come in and try to take it. I'm gonna take it from like you said at the end of the game. You got to beat to beat a champ. You got to beat the champ, and sometimes you got to go out there and beat him. So it's no sugarcoating. Yeah, he had some hiccups in that game. He threw some costly passes that could have been 2 interceptions in that game. He fumbled the ball twice, or maybe more than that. And then not changing the offensive protections at the line. You got to be able to read everything like Peyton Manning used to do. You couldn't just throw anything. Anybody couldn't throw anything at Peyton Manning because Peyton Manning would figure it out. So you got to get on that next level like a Mahomes. Mahomes. He gets to the line, he'll change up the play, he'll see something, he'll figure it out. He got to get on that level. So right now he's not on that level. So, if I had to rate him right now, it'd be Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Daniels. That will be my 3 there right there. So everybody else can just fall up under an umbrella. And Josh is, if he can get it past the hump, then maybe they have a conversation. Because he don't have the MVPs. He don't have the accolades. You don't have nothing you're actually going for him but yards and stats. So, if I had to view him right now, I had to say he's a Phillip Rivers. He's a Phillip Rivers right about now to me.
Dude, whatever. That whole take, I get that Jaden Daniels take, but Joe Burrow trumps that because Joe Burrow, the only guy that beat Mahomes in the AFC Championship and went to the Super Bowl. Josh Lamar never did it.
It happened twice. It was Tom Brady, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, Brady.
I hear what he's saying, but hey, we got a message from Patrick. We got a message from Patrick Mahomes, since you like to keep bringing up his name. See you, Dre.
Go ahead.
Bro, let me fix it for you. It's coming, sir.
Kind of like putting on a porn or something, bro.
Still, the bottom line is Josh is still. I mean, to me, he's the second best quarterback in the NFL. I don't, obviously it is a team sport. You have to kind of elevate your team, and I think he's done that. Again, they're running into this is a unique situation. I think we have to admit that this is like unprecedented, to run into that guy and not be able to beat him. It takes a while, right? Now, Lamar had his chance last year and couldn't do it. Josh has gotten there twice now to the championship game against Mahomes and lost those. The other two were in the divisional round. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's just this particular team, right? I mean, how many times did Michael run up against the Pistons and the Celtics, and it took 7 or 8 years to finally get over, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody this is just different. It's never happened like this. I mean, Brady to some degree, but it wasn't like he was carrying his team at the beginning.
Job. That's what he is. He's a choke job.
But I don't buy that for a second.
The message from Pat to Dre. Let's go in here with Pat.
Are we gonna get it now?
What the hell is this? The circus in town, man? Get out of here before I hurt you.
Let the lady go.
You want to take her place?
No. But I will if I have to.
Don't you know, man? I'll beat you like you're one of my bitches.
Slap me around and call me Susan.
Hence, what are you doing back there?
I warned you, Susan.
That's the best.
So listen though.
Stop saying Joe Burrow, this person, that person.
So listen, the reason why I say this, guys, because Brady was number one that did it, and then Burrow did it. These two, Josh and Lamar, hasn't did it. They haven't did it.
Well, the question was, how do we view Josh Allen?
That's the question. But I'm just saying,
he's again, to me, he's still the second best. I mean, who would? I mean, there's like what 1, 2, or 3 teams in the league that wouldn't want him as their quarterback.
Oh, Josh Allen, phenomenal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't.
Quarterback.
To me, he's everything you want.
But
unless you have Patrick.
Unless you have Patrick. I put the same thing about Joe, man. Unless you have that, unless you have Patrick, you're right.
But look at that. You know what I mean? A lot of it's the questions going around the internet. First, Mahomes doing this. The Chiefs doing that. They doing all this. Were the Bills robbed of the 4th down spot, Lou?
There's a pretty good chance they were. I mean, it looked, just from the naked eye, it looked like he had hit that yard. Now it was an easy strike because they had to hit that, I think, the 40-yard line. So it wasn't like in between a couple of yard lines or whatever where it can get a little goofy. So it looked like he made it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Either side, one guy had it as first down, the other guy had him short. And I guess at some point they decided he was short. So that was the call on the field. So when they review it, it's almost impossible, to see where the ball was or whatever. So they stay with the call on the field and the Chiefs get the ball. So, did the refs intentionally do that? I mean, how would they know? Whatever. But my point is that there's a real good chance they were, but it's not like something that doesn't happen in just about every game. Balls get spotted incorrectly all the time. When it's that close and there's that many bodies all like kind of in a pile. How can you possibly know where to set the ball? So they do their best with it, and that's just the way it turned out. So there's a good chance they were, but at the end of the day, they made the call, they reviewed it, so you just got to live with it.
I think the second effort, man, when the first initiating contact, man, you look like Chief stopped them, but the second effort was there a little bit. Like you said, Lou, it's like depends on how you see it. I do believe they was robbed out of that spot. I do, but
either way, it's inches.
Yeah.
So again, it's always going to be subjective. I mean, unless they get like some electronic way to figure out where the tip of that ball actually hits on the field, you're always going to be, well, did he go far enough? Did he not? I mean, yeah, it's going to be up for debate. So, in terms of the question, yeah, I mean, they could have. We'll never know, but they called it, they reviewed it, and you move on. I mean, you just got to live with it. The other thing is, let's make it like undisputed. I mean, just, get further upfield, I suppose.
It was a tough, like I said, it was a tough spot though, but it just depends. Like,
I say, man, Chris Jones stopped an all time on it. The quarterback sneaks, and he had a big heck of. He didn't get into the stats on the sacks. He didn't get the stats on the sacks, but he was there in the key moments when they was trying to, get the little sneak passes, sneak rushes, and the fully wherever they call that
tush push.
Tush push.
There were no easy ones, and that when I was talking about Spags, that's what I brought up is the fact even though they were short yardage, and even the ones they got, it wasn't like they busted through the line of scrimmage. It was brutal. I mean, they just barely are getting these. The James Cook touchdown, that was like a superhuman effort by Cook.
Oh man, that was a good effort.
Bolton rocked him. And somehow he had the wherewithal to keep like his left hand on the ground before he fell and could reach over the goal line. Because otherwise, most guys aren't scoring on that play. I mean, that was just amazing. But to your point, Hense, is that just about all those short yardage plays, the Chiefs were there, whether they gave up the foot that they were short or they got him behind the line of scrimmage. They were in position. That defensive line needs a lot of credit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, looking at that, looking at all that, looking at Patrick Mahomes' performance, is Patrick Mahomes more like Jordan or LeBron or fill in the blank? Which one is he, right?
He's more like blank man.
Well, yeah, I know you like blank man. You see what he did to you, and that you see what he did to you, sir.
He's more like blank man. Now, honestly, I think to me, he's more like Jordan because again, Lou was talking about this earlier. Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, Karl Malone, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, all these guys, right? All these guys was great. It was great, but you ran to Michael Jordan. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Shiesty. A lot of these players, man, you run into it's just their time, man. It's just his time. They're great, but it's just their time. So that's why I will compare him to Jordan to LeBron, because LeBron got beat by the Spurs. I don't know how many times beat by the Spurs. The Golden State whooped him. So it was like that's like a whole nother situation. But he is the Michael Jordan of this era because it's great players. It's just y'all in the wrong time right now. So
yeah, Jordan
up, Luke.
Jordan, or the only other one I can think of is Tiger. And just because, I mean, it was just like it was like an aura.
Rubens,
right? I mean, it was almost like Patrick. I mean, it's just inevitable. I mean, teams on the other side got to be thinking, geez, we can't let him get the ball at the end of the game. He's gonna score. If Tiger's even close on the last few holes, somebody's gonna shank one. He's not gonna miss. And he just goes home with another trophy. But I would, Jordan for sure, just because just that will and just the over my dead body. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, just for me, that is, Jordan. It just was like, that's it. There ain't nobody beating him today.
Yeah, because it's just LeBron, it's been chinks in his armor. and he's a crybaby, and he don't like getting touched and whatnot. You know, and Jordan was a beast, a competitive, like a juggernaut. There wasn't nobody dealing with Mike, especially in the finals. The one knock on that statistic is Jordan never lost in the finals, but Mahomes is 3-1 right now, going to his three-peat. Mahomes just a different beast. He's just a whole different beast, man. You know, and it's nothing like it.
Sir, get this
and it's a different sport too.
Hey man, I don't overglaze. I give you this.
You're playing one and done versus playing a series. You know, that's usually that's the only comparison that where it gets like, okay, you can kind of see that there's a loss. Yeah. I mean, Jordan certainly lost some finals games. I mean, they didn't sweep everybody. So, but just the intestinal fortitude, if you would, the clutch gene. That's like the first time you ever heard that term was with Jordan, because when the chips were down and the money was on the table, or whatever, metaphor you want to use, 15 gets the ball, what's coming. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take, or whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. But he's going to get his team in position to win.
I would give 15 credit if he get that ball in the late 2 to 3 minutes left on the clock. 15 got that ball, he's scoring. You're not touching the ball.
Yeah, you know that.
So Tom Brady did it first. Go ahead.
I put it like this. If he's Jordan, is he Jordan, LeBron, or blank? It doesn't matter. All the guys that's in this red, he's Patrick Mahomes. He is Pat. He's not Jordan. He's not LeBron. He's not Tiger. He is Pat. He is in his own league. He's the boogeyman. He's the guy that's out here taking out everybody.
Maybe you just have to wear red.
Yeah, he's got to wear
red.
Wear red, and you can see like Tiger Woods, Chicago. The Bulls, wear red. It's the goats that wear red, right? Not the Cardinals red. That's
get it right. The Cardinals wore red. Get it right.
Patrick Mahomes is his own. Now when he retire, everybody gonna say, "Hey, his name gonna replace Jordan, right?" Is this person like Patrick Mahomes, Jordan, or LeBron, or Tiger Woods? Patrick Mahomes is his own thing right now. Nobody. He the one that threw the behind the back passes, the no look. He changed the game.
Stafford did it first.
He changed the game forever, sir. Again, like Patrick Mahomes did you in that video. He said, "You better show him respect, or he's gonna slap you around."
They ain't mean that video, sir. I got a full beard in this one right here, bro. I have no hair, bro.
You got slapped around in that video.
Who was that guy?
I don't know who that was.
That was Blank Man, the movie Blank Man. That's what it was.
That must have been pre-puberty,
right?
But again, Patrick Mahomes, fill in the blank. He'll be Patrick Mahomes. He is him. He is him. He's better than LeBron. He's better than Jordan. Hey, he's better than
no. Take that back. LeBron, yes. Jordan, no. Hell nah. He's better than Jordan. We will not do Jordan like that. Nah.
He's better than Jordan. He's better than Tom Brady.
He never lost in the finals.
He's only 28, about to be 29, and doing this.
He never lost in the finals.
He's only 28. He's about to, going to his Super Bowl, 7 AFC championships, guys. Let that sink in. This ain't been done before. He's doing historic numbers right now. Mm-hmm. He is turning the table, he's taking out your best friend's quarterback, right? Your best team's quarterback is coming in here and get ripped up by the Reaper. This kid is doing it all by himself. We can say LeBron, we can say Jordan, we can say Tiger Woods, but hey, it should be Pat. Who's like Pat? Who's like Pat right now?
Wait a second. Hold on. Breaking news in my ear. This just in. Patrick Mahomes is really good.
Really good.
Yes, he is. Like you said, take that, Drake. Now I'm gonna edit your face on that ball right there. That's on that ball.
Hey, but you know what though? I take nothing away Patrick Mahomes, nothing away from the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. But you lost one. You lost to Tampa Bay in the finals. Jordan never lost none. So again,
Yeah, no offensive
line. Again, that's
no excuses, man. We would not make excuses.
That's apples and oranges. He lost plenty of finals games. It's one and done, baby. You got to show up.
One and done,
and
baby.
On that day, you better have your best. You don't get it. You don't get a mulligan. You can't lose one or two games and win 4-2.
I'm just saying, fellas.
Come on now, Coach.
I'm just saying, fellas. He never lost one. Dang,
the point is,
Montana never lost one.
Okay, we're not again. You can't compare, like a football player to a basketball player and start.
That's what the question was.
Start throwing stats out.
No,
is he more like him? Not in his sport. Just who's he more like?
Man, I like how you're trying to rearrange the question, but the question to me is this. This is my answer. No, Mahomes is his own person.
Reading it as it's written, man.
Yeah. He's his own player, but he's nowhere near like he's good. Okay. But Jordan never lost.
Okay, let's show this stat, sir. You see this, the final appearance in 6 years span since 1970, NFL, NBA, MLB.
Yeah,
even
I'll
now
hang,
Golden State Warriors cool.
And I will hang on this again. It's just basketball, baseball, all these team sports that play series. I'm not saying it's easy to do,
right?
But this is the NFL, and it's
one
like
and done.
You can have a bad quarter and you're going home. So it's great. This is greatness. These are the team. These are the flagship teams in their respective sports. So absolutely. But just the fact of 5 and 6 years, that's ridiculous.
That's
no
crazy.
one's ever done that.
Nobody never did it. Right. So like I'm gonna compare a series with the one game. Okay, well, in football, there's one game, in basketball, it's a series. But the point I'm trying to make is this. My boy
and
never
there's no contact, sir.
My boy never lost one. So
no, that's undisputed.
No,
yes,
that's what I'm saying. You good?
But you can't. But it's an incomparable thing. I mean, you just.
No, what, Dre?
I'm just saying.
Let's put it out there.
I'm just saying.
What's your name? Tell him your name.
Okay, I don't have,
hell.
but I'm leaning towards Brother Man. Is someone behind me? What's the joke?
I got a name for you. How about Shithead Man?
I want to say commissioner.
Commissioner.
So now, Bonzi,
we are sketch actors in our free time.
Absolutely.
But let's get into the last question of the segment, guys. I'm gonna ask this one for you. I've seen this one out there. So what's the biggest reason the Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl right now, guys? Lou.
I'll lean on it again, is they are situationally better than anyone else out there. I mean, the closest thing you can see to it is when the Patriots were at their best, is that they weren't always the flashiest team. They didn't always have the best players, but they just played situationally better than other teams. They took care of the ball, you know, third and short, got to have it plays, whatever. It just seemed like those plays, they would always make it and extend drives. And again, even against teams with superior talent, for some reason, somehow they got it done. Everything is on point. And then on top of that, you've got this unicorn playing quarterback, so that even when maybe you're behind the 8 ball, you've got this guy to kind of bail you out. So it's just the culture, situational football, Coach Reed. I mean, there's a lot, but I guess the biggest one is just the fact that they are so well prepared in those situations, and they execute in those situations at the highest level.
And like I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said, Lou. Exactly, especially with that defense, man. Number 13 has been getting beat all season. But at the same time, man, he just coached. It's like Spags know how to dial up a blitz, man. He does it every game in the fourth quarter, man. Like, we knew what Andy Reid likes to do, right? But when Spags dial up this blitz, it's exotic. I mean, you don't see it coming. That's just detailed and fundamentals, man. But to me, I believe Spags, to me, is the reason why the Chiefs went on this run, going back to the Super Bowl. It's just Spags, man. It's like he just dial up blitzes, like exotic blitzes, and be on point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to defense.
I'll say the biggest reason they back in there. And I heard, I sent all the guys, I inboxed them on Instagram, sent them a little message, and I sent the little
Give all them a glazed donut.
So I don't care. The word got out. I know the word got out because I'm gonna put the video back here on next show. Mm-hmm. I sent that a little word. I put in there the little thing I made about them being battle tested. And what's the name? Trent McDuffie put a thumbs up. He liked it. He said, "Yeah, agree." He said it after the game. He said, "Yeah." They asked him why y'all, going back, why y'all the team of y'all is. He said, "I'm looking at it right now because we battle tested." A lot of people said we couldn't do it. We went through all the little, the injuries, everything, the criticism. They went through this team ain't had no break, and I don't know how long. They had no normal break like everybody else did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Getting, training camp and vacations and everything like that.
24 days between lining up. I mean, if you go from Christmas to the first playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. So I look at it right now. I'll say how they got back is leaning on each other, and been battle tested. Like Trent McDuffie, all he knows is Super Bowl. Trey Smith, all he knows is Super Bowl. These guys that came in that year, all they know is winning. All they know is this is all I know. And Patrick Mahomes, since he started, all I know is AFC championship appearances and Super Bowls. He don't know nothing else.
That's the floor.
That's
floor is the championship game.
Since he started, this is what I expect from myself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the reason they back in the Super Bowl. I say these guys are battle tested. I ain't never seen no battle tested on any side of any sport like this team I'm seeing now. You know what I mean? The offensive line,
because they can lean on experience in playoff games. That if you're called upon to do something, hell, I did this in a Super Bowl before.
Right.
Why would this be a big deal in the regular season? Then you play all these one-score games, 17 straight wins in one-score games. That doesn't happen by accident or by the refs or by luck. Right? It comes by being prepared and playing situational football and playing it better than the other team. And
except for Joe Shiesty.
The other piece again is a lot of those guys, they've done this in the biggest games on the biggest stage. Right. So there's nothing that you can put in front of them that they haven't seen, they haven't experienced, they haven't done successfully. So yeah, I mean, it's going to take for them to have a really, really bad day.
They said Taylor Swift was the reason. Ken said Taylor Swift was the reason. Even having Taylor Swift.
Well, that's one of them. Yeah, we left her out.
My bad. Yeah, with Taylor Swift too. Yeah, exactly.
But
let's go, Swifties.
Yeah, man. Keep those tweets up, man. Get those followers up, Swifties.
But again, man, like Lou said, I agree with everything you said, man. It's like it's nothing too big for these kids, man. Like all they know since they got drafted in here is we got to get back to the championship game. Yeah. That's what we expect from ourselves. We don't expect nothing less. And you can't come out there and say, "Hey, this is a big moment. We need you on this down." Okay, cool. What I need to run here? Do I need to run a zig route? Come back? What do I need to do to get myself open? And these kids, they find a way to get it done. Like McDuffie, like, hey, what's his name? Wharton, number 98. Do I need to, this is a big down right now. I like Spag told him on yesterday, I need you guys right now. And Wharton came out there and stopped them, killed their whole drive. That stop in the backfield killed the whole drive for the Buffalo Bills. And they was down, going up, trying to fight uphill from there. And ever since then, they're trying to fight uphill from there. And look at us now. We back in the Super Bowl. A lot of people say Joe Shiesty. A lot of people say, hey, I'm just saying.
One person.
Some people like to piggyback.
Joe Shiesty and Josh Allen shoe. Joe Shiesty beat the Chiefs.
You might see Joe Shiesty over. What is it this weekend?
The Pro Bowl.
At the Pro Bowl.
Watch him light it up. And watch them light it up
at the playground games or whatever they do down there.
That's right. All the kids look up to Joe Shiesty.
He'll probably win that game.
He gonna kill it.
Yeah, it's a big game. That's a big game for him.
He gonna kill it. The best
absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Black football, right down his.
I'm right there with him, man. Right there with him. Joe Shiesty.
He'll be raising his own personal banner.
Man, you know it. You gotta win. Hey, listen, it's all about the kids in the NFL. And why not have the best quarterback out there tossing the ball to these young Titans, man? You know what I'm saying? The real winner, Joe Shiesty.
Mascot, Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty can get the mascot too, man. Hey, everybody with Joe Shiesty, everybody gonna eat. Yeah.
Well,
I've been hearing a lot of bomb in this comment section, guys. I know y'all see greatness, but right now, it's two great quarterbacks, and one's going to the Super Bowl, and one's all about the kids. We're not
going to go to that extreme. He's not a bum. He's one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Not top 4, but maybe the top 2, maybe second.
Well, yeah, that's like in coach land. I don't know. It's like
there's the land of Oz.
Yeah, there's like an aura over coaches. Right. It's just
Hey, Ruby, you are thinking about Joe Burrow because I keep seeing JB in the comment section, sir. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right.
But before we get into our sponsor, I want to hear everybody else in the chat. How do you feel about seeing this Patrick Mahomes coming back, doing this 7 times straight AFC championships, and how do you guys feel? What's your guys' story? When do you start following the Chiefs, and how are you feeling about this Super Bowl? Put it in the chat,
boy. That's a
whole. We have that much time. Maybe we lead next show with that, and then sometime during the show, maybe we pick out a few, and we'll talk about
like 7 essays, 8 paragraphs worth of stuff by one person.
I'm just celebrating right now.
I understand.
No, blazing heavy because the glasses is foggy.
It's a great idea. It's all in the timing. It's all in the timing.
Yeah, this
remember for next show.
Yep.
Where we at? Hey.
Before I hurt you, let the lady go.
You want to take her place?
No, but I will if I have to.
Drake taking the place of every team right now.
You know, man, I'll beat you like you're one of my bitches.
So this is Blank Man.
Blank Man.
Yeah.
Dre took over for Blank Man this day.
Yep.
I warned you, Susan. But
everybody in the comment section, guys, you know what? It's okay because Joe Burrow will be back next year, man. See, here's the thing. Man. In the AFC Championship game, there's nobody that can break down the defense better than Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And Hense, go ahead and take us out with that one. All
right. That's the birds. But with that said,
he can raise that banner too, Coach.
So let's hear from our sponsors for Nick. Let's go.
Come on, Nick.
Let's talk about our sponsor, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can walk you through the process of buying or selling a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes. He helped my wife, Emily, and I find our dream house. It was a long process. There were a lot of ups and downs, but he and his team were absolutely incredible, and they got the deal done. They got the deal done because he was there every step of the way. He took every text message. He took every phone call. He told us not to worry, and in the end, he delivered, and that's what you want for the best real estate experience. So give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Sponsor of Chief Who?
Next up, my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for someone who could help you navigate through the waters of the health insurance world, there's nobody better who understands it than my wife. Listen, if you want a government option or a private option, if you're looking for a plan for yourself or a self-employed group or a small business family, whatever it might be, you need to understand what you're eligible for and the best plan available, and you want to find someone who understands the marketplace in the private sector. So for a free quote today, give her a call at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Next up, the guys at Resell Electronics. Roll tape.
Emily.
Save big on the hottest electronics. At Resell Electronics, we offer the best deals on new and pre-owned TVs, game consoles, cameras, plus so much more. With 2 convenient locations along Noland Road in Independence. Stop by and visit us today.
That's right. Resell Electronics is your one-stop shop for all of your consumer electronic needs. Hey, if you've got some old stuff lying around the house, they'll give you cash. And if you want to buy the latest technology, you want to get old games, you want to get phones, TVs, tablets, whatever it is, they're your number one source. They've got 2 great locations in Independence, both on Nolan Road at 1214A South Nolan Road and down on 40 Highway Nolan Road inside the flea market. So if you want a great deal, this is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. Check out their website today. That's resell with a C, electronics.com.
Resell.
And now our newest sponsor, the one that we're very proud to have as part of the Chiefs Blitz family. That is the guys over at Underdog Fantasy. You can play the pick'em game. I do it every single day. Pick your favorite NFL stars, including Patrick Mahomes and Jackson, and Burrows, Jefferson, Bosa. It doesn't matter who it is. Hey, Josh Allen as well. You can play the NFL. You can play other sports. You get a chance to win up to 1,000 times your entry fee. Plus, it's available in 33 states. Deposit now and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash to join the millions of fans who've won billions on Underdog Fantasy. Got to check it out. Hey, when you go into the website, make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. Right here, you can see how easy it is to navigate through the process of making your favorite play of the day. And you can do multiple teams. You can do multiple players. It is the best fantasy game out there. I play it every single day. Make sure you check out underdog.com and use the Chiefs Blitz code to make sure you're registered with the Chiefs Blitzers.
Woo, woo. Hey, great show today, guys. Great show today.
No need to fear.
No need to fear. Joe Beasley is here.
Underdog is here.
Joe Beasley is here, man.
Hey, who hijacked the Chiefs Blitz account there? Respect Joe.
Who put that craziness out there?
Somebody, man.
Yeah, that's
somebody named Coach Drake.
Somebody lifted our account. What's up?
That's crazy.
We've been hacked.
Right. Oh man, that is crazy.
So what they said, do you have anything for Chiefs Who Wednesday?
Absolutely. Hence, we're in the middle of a playoff contest, so we'll have it'll still be we'll do a championship one. So we'll focus on any Chiefs player that has appeared in an AFC championship game in the past or present. And so I believe Nicholas Blocker is still in the lead with 1 correct answer. We have 2 left. Obviously, we'll have 1 this week and 1 next week leading up to the Super Bowl. So got an opportunity to sneak in there, get a prize, and let's do it.
So with that said, guys, we'll see you Wednesday with Chiefs Who and more. You guys, hey, sit back and enjoy. Just ride. We are back at the Super Bowl. So let's go.
Listen to all the haters.